Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dawn Williams Tarot. Thank you so much for finding your way to my channel. This message is for sun, moon, or rising placements in the sign of Cancer. So if you have those placements, this message may be for you. However, do keep in mind that not all messages may resonate. So please take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. And as I don't really want there to be any miscommunication. Okay, so if you're interested in doing a deeper dive as to what's going on with you and your life, my information is in the description box below, or you can go to dawnwilliamstarot.com to find all my details. Okay, so today's message is for May 2024. Mercury has now gone direct. Yippee. So things may be feeling a little bit better on some fronts, okay? So what I plan to do today is I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you. And while I'm doing that Celtic cross, I'm going to take myself off the camera so we can just concentrate on your cards. At the end, I will put myself back on the camera. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Indigo Goddess Midnight Oracle. And this deck is specifically about money, career, and personal growth. So I feel as though those messages really help tie up the reading, complete your reading, and it may be additional messages that Spirit would like you to be aware of that may not have been talked about within your reading. Okay, so let's get started. And I'm just going to lay out your cards here. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Always seem to forget to do that. Okay, here we go. Cancer, first card, 2 of Pentacles. So some of you are juggling money, juggling jobs. Maybe some of you have 2 jobs, but it does feel as though you're juggling. It could also be health related. So let me lay out your cards. Oh, that's a good card. Perfect. Yep. Okay, 7 of Swords, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. Oh, the World card. So there's your very first major arcana. 6 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Wait a minute. You've got 3 knights here. So to me, that right off the bat says this is going to be a very fast moving month for you. 9 of Cups is your wish card. Fabulous. And then we have the Death card. So you have 2 major arcanas here. And I don't want you to get nervous about that Death card, okay? We'll talk about it when we get closer. It rarely ever really means a physical death. It usually means the death of the old you and the rebirth of the new you. So let's see how your reading goes. And then when we get there, we might pull some clarifiers for you. Okay. So first of all, do we see cups? Yes, we have the 9 of Cups here. We do have the, let's see, do I have anything else that represents Cancer energy? Other than the water, crossing over the water, I don't really see anything here other than the cups. You have this cup as well. Okay, well, it is what it is. Okay, Cancer. So as I was mentioning, the 2 of Pentacles does look as though you may be juggling. Some of you may be juggling money. Maybe you're trying to figure out where you want to put your money or where you want to invest your money. There are a lot of options out there, so you might be doing some research on that. The other thing is some of you may be working 2 jobs just to make ends meet, because with this economy, you're forced to carry 2 jobs, right? The Pentacles is also related to health. So not only is it related to your physical security and job, but it's also related to your health situation. So it could be that you may be balancing your health in some way or trying to balance out your health in some way. The 2 is about choices and decisions, taking a new path, going a new direction. And as you can see in the card, let's see if I can get this any better. There is water back here, and you can see these boats are going on these big, huge undulating waves, right? So again, that to me is showing that, you know, you're juggling from one foot to the next. This card is also my work hard, play hard. So I feel as though some of you who may be doing a lot of work, maybe working 2 jobs in order to make ends meet, this is another one of my cards that really kind of says that you do need to balance out that energy. So please take very good care of yourself and try to give yourself a couple of days off if you can do that, or find something that you can do that is going to refresh your energy systems for you. What's crossing over you? Again, we were talking money. Well, this card right here, the 10 of Pentacles, is my card of you know, abundance and prosperity and sharing the wealth within your family. This is also my card of creating physical security for yourself, physical wealth, and building monies for a legacy that you would like to leave behind for your children. So again, as we're talking about these 2 jobs, potential here. It could be that you're just doing that because you really want to be able to stockpile some money. You want to be able to put money away for a rainy day or for your retirement. Maybe some of you are getting close to your retirement, and so you're looking at this legacy. Do you have enough in order for you to be able to live out that dream of giving notice and having your party and then starting a new life as a retiree, right? Okay. So thoughts. The thoughts that are coming in right now is the 7 of Swords. Typically, what this card is for me, this card is a card about being aware of lying, cheating, and stealing around you. So again, this is a card of awareness. And basically what it's really saying is just be aware of your surroundings, okay? What's going on around you. Now, the story behind this card is this guy snuck into the enemy camp, is stealing their swords, right? So he's using stealth, he's using strategy, stealing their swords so they don't have anything to fight his group with, right? So the one thing that I will say, Spirit just said in my mind, for those of you that are that have the possibility of having lying, cheating, stealing around you, the thing that Spirit is saying is also ensure that you are coming from your highest integrity as well, right? That you are aligned with your highest integrity. Okay. Now, other than that, this is a strategy card. So whatever it is that you're creating or whatever it is that you're working through, it could be job, it could be home life, it could be a family situation where you're really just having to kind of tiptoe around. As you can see, he's being very stealthy in his behavior here because he wants to sneak away with those swords without being caught, right? So lying, cheating, stealing, that's kind of that energy. But at the same time, he's doing this as a strategy because he really doesn't want to fight. He just wants everything to just kind of, you know, be calm. And if you don't have anything to fight with, then you're not going to get hurt, basically. So this card, even though it's a golden card, so really what this is really showing me is that for whatever reason, you're going to be using a lot of strategy this coming month for different things that you may be creating for yourself. It could be that some of you are maybe going to be moving. And if you do that, of course, then you have to strategically, you know, figure out your plans as to what you're going to do. For those of you that are changing jobs, again, there is strategy involved with that as well. How much time are you going to give your current employer in order for you to make this transition? Are you going to give yourself time between both jobs so that you can have a rest between? There's just a lot of strategy that is associated kind of with this card. Now, what is your foundation here? So whatever it is that's happening with you, you've got a lot of movement. You've got 4 horses here in your reading. So I feel as though you're going to be riding a horse. No, not really. Not really riding a horse, but you know what I mean. It's just going to be a fast moving pace for you. And it may be a thing where you're not really comfortable with things moving quite at that clip. And you might be finding yourself trying to find your footing, right? So again, with that Two of Pentacles, it could be that you're finding yourself like just trying to find that balance in things. So your base is this Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands for me is one of my faster moving knights. He definitely is one that is going out there to find his inspiration, his creativity, his passion, all of those things. This is an opportunity coming in for you that will light those areas up for you, meaning that it's going to tick all the boxes. It's going to allow you to be quite creative. So if you're looking for a new role or a new job, I would say now is the month to do that. Make sure that you get all of your little ducks in a row, so that you can be ready, because it feels as though things are going to move very quickly. Whatever that is, is moving forward for you. Now, your immediate past has to do with the Knight of Cups. This is a person who wears their heart on their sleeve. It could be some of you are going to be bringing in or have been introduced to a new love, or somebody that has the potential to become a new love for you. This individual is one that, oh, look, and he's got fish. I never noticed that before. Look at that, Cancer. He's got little fishes on his whatever this thing is that he's wearing. So there you go. That's my water sign for you. Okay, well, of course it would be because of the cups, right? That makes sense. But I just noticed that for the first time. That's so funny. Okay, so anyway, so this guy is all about wearing his heart on his sleeve. This is somebody who is very open, has a very beautiful heart, is a gift giver, likes to show appreciation, those types of things. So it could be that this is either just additional information coming for you or towards you, or it could be that this is something that you're creating for yourself, that you want to become this knight, and be that person for your significant other, right? But whatever this is a heart-based kind of an energy. It is in your past and it's your immediate past. So I feel like this may be new love. Now, what's coming into your near future is the World card. I love the World card because the World card is my card of fulfillment, completion. This is the last major arcana card in the deck. And so the journey of the Fool, or the hero's journey, starts with the Fool and ends with the World. This is my perfect ending. This is my peaceful, completely understanding. This is your integration, balance, spiritual awareness. There's so many energies involved with this. So I feel as though some major thing that you have been working through or working on is coming to completion here during this month of May. And I do feel as though definitely it's going to change you internally, you as an individual, because you have the Death and Rebirth card. And this is definitely about yourself, right? This is about a bigger collective kind of an energy ending, meaning that many of you have walked your spiritual path, have done some of that deep night of the soul, have worked on your inner child, those types of energies here. And that portion is ending for you. And as you're integrating this ending, that's when we're going to start this ladder. You know, as you're going to keep moving up the ladder to ascension. This is my ascension ladder. We start with the Six of Swords. Now, this Six of Swords is a card of This is your distant future. So this is your immediate future. And then this is the energy that you're going to be working through as you progress through the month of May. And it feels as though some of you are really leaving behind some very traumatic or very dramatic situations. You are moving to calmer shores. And as you can see with the way that the water looks on this card, here on this side is quite choppy, right? It very much kind of looks like the energy of the water on this card, which is rolling, right? Rolling seas, right? So that's kind of like, oh, we need to balance that out. But if you look at this side of the boat, it's all calm. So basically what this card represents is moving to calmer waters, moving to calmer shores. This woman and this child are leaving behind their past. They're moving forward. So basically what this is saying is you now have this opportunity to change your story, to change the way that you think about your life, to really look at moving towards calmer shores, moving towards your future, and not being stuck in that past energy, whatever that represents for you. Now, of course, the swords do represent the way that we express, how we think, how we share our ideas, how we communicate, and how we make decisions on things. The other beautiful thing about this card is that when you least expect it, help is going to come in to aid you. Okay. So even though you might be leaving something behind and stuff that you're like, thank God that's over with, right? Just realize that as you're progressing forward, help will always be there if you just ask for it. Your next card, which is your closest relationships, has to do with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, for me, this is my slowest moving knight. This is the guy that he does not wander from home very much. He's very into creating his physical wealth, right? His physical security. He does have this pentacle here. To me, it kind of represents the seeds. He has a completely open field back here, and I feel like he just needs to plant those seeds, right? The thing about the knights in tarot is that they're all taking some type of action. And basically what it's saying is, whatever it is that you are working on, working towards, stop thinking about it and start implementing. Spirit is really saying that you need to take action now because you've got 3 knights here. You got the love knight, you've got the passion knight, and you got the money knight. The only one you're missing is the thinking knight. I'm funny, aren't I? Okay. And that's okay because you have enough swords here to balance out all your thinking. But what's beautiful is your next card is the wish fulfillment card. I do feel as though this is for you, Cancer. I feel as though you're being blessed, that blessings are coming toward you. You have worked really hard to get to this completion point. I really do feel as though you are going to be able to enjoy your month this month. I feel as though there are celebrations with other people, the people that you love, or family, friends. Something's going to come open for you for this month that is going to be quite a celebration for you. We could be just celebrating you, right? Maybe you have some kind of an accomplish that you've completed this month, other than this big, huge ending world card here, where everything is aligning beautifully for you. I do then feel as though once you get through this immediate center, I feel as though the blessings are going to come in. Now, the thing that I am going to say is when you have these types of blessings, always remember to be very grateful for the things that do come in, because if you can be grateful in that moment, Spirit will bring you more things to be grateful for. Your last card is the Death card. And as I mentioned, please don't get worried about the Death card. The reason why I say that is because for the past couple of months, the Death card has been coming up. The Death card and the Tower card, which everybody looks as like the 2 worst cards in the deck, actually are not the worst cards in the deck. I really feel like sometimes that 9 of Swords or the 10 of Swords, dead, done, and over, where you feel as though you've been stabbed in the back, is worse. But what this energy is representing is that a situation or a chapter in your book has been completed. And we know that this is confirmation because both of these major arcanas are here. This one is saying you're celebrating this death, you're celebrating this completion. So don't worry that this death card is here. The other thing I am going to say is that on this card, you have children here, but you also have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is the one that gives blessings. So blessings are coming in for you. The sun is coming up and it's going to shine on you. This is a card of progression. However, what it really is saying is that the old you, that old person that was the victim, or the old person that used to say, that used to have kind of that victim mentality, or oh, poor me, or didn't always step into your sovereignty. You didn't always look at things as going for you. You were looking at things as always going against you, right? Those types of energies. Not saying that that's the way that you feel, but I'm just saying that that's kind of that energy of switching from the lower vibration negative talk to the more positive talk, and it's taking you into your future. He's going towards the future. He's having blessings here as he progresses forward. I just feel like it's just really iterating that you've had a major completion and that the new you is now being projected forward. This looks amazing. I love this, Cancer. Okay, let me put myself back on camera. And we're going to pull your last 3 cards. If you made it this far, please reach up and click that like button if you would be so kind. Thank you. Your first card is gifts. Giving and receiving. So there again comes that gratitude, right? Wealthy donor, retail, sales, surprise windfall, and generous. So gifts come in a bunch of different ways. It's kind of like, I feel as though these gifts are another energy associated with the 6 of Swords, meaning that you've left something more tragic behind, or a little bit heavy behind, or whatever, and you're moving to calmer shores. And that in itself is kind of a gift. And this person is representative of those people this month that are going to be coming in and assisting you in whatever way it is that Spirit brings them in to assist you. And again, it's to recognize that it is a gift, right? Giving and receiving. So that's a beautiful card. Second card, fertile. Okay, ladies. Well, and gents, right? Your significant other, gentlemen, may be very fertile at this time, so keep that in mind. So not only just fertility in terms of children, giving birth, but also hatching new plans, the inception of new ideas, creativity coming in, feeling reborn. Oh my goodness, talk about that reborn. You're being reborn right here, which is that rebirth, right? Thank you for the confirmation. I really appreciate that. Source, we all know who Source is. A nest egg. So some of you are putting money away for a nest egg, right? Some of you are doing 2 jobs so that you can have extra money, so that you can put that away for your rainy day. And the other thing that this card represents is flourishing. So beautiful energy for you here, Cancer. Loving it. And then there's the lone wolf. The interesting thing about wolves, I really like wolves. I'm more of a cat person than a dog or a wolf person. Not that I don't like them. I do. I like them equally. I'm more responsive to cats, though, probably because I've liked big cats since I was a child. I loved lions from the time I was little. So that's kind of me. But the thing about the wolf, the one thing that I love about the wolf is they're one of the few animals that once they mate, they only mate for life with that one mate. And then she becomes the alpha and he's the alpha. She's the alpha female and he's the alpha male, right? And if anything happens to his mate, he will not get another mate. And that's kind of the way the wolf system works. And I feel that's kind of the way that we were meant to be as well on many levels in terms of, how often do we hear about the longevity of marriages? Now, I just had a friend of mine who told me that she and her husband are going to be celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. I mean, you just don't hear about that stuff anymore. I just think it's so amazing, right? But anyway, about you, lone wolf, strike out on your own. This is about you having ambition, job hunting, work is play. So that's an interesting thing, right? I am working right now as I'm doing this reading for you. Even though I'm not being paid for this reading, it's fine because I still look at it as my work in terms of my contribution to spirit and getting the messages out to help people, right? I'm being of service to others. And that's kind of that same kind of energy there. And I look at it as playtime. I get all my crystals out. I use all my sprays. I get to do all this stuff. I get to make up anything I want to do in any given moment. And yet I'm still being of service. And that's kind of that same thing. So I think what they're really saying is if you are not truly in love with what it is that you do day in, day out, that brings in the, bread and butter, you might want to think about that and realign to those things that will allow you to feel as though work is play, right? Okay, and then you have conquering fear. And that conquering fear has another significance to me as well. And that is we kind of play it safe in our job space. Many of us do, meaning that we'll go from one company to another, and that's a big jump, right? Because usually you think about people staying within a company for a long period of time. But the other point of it is when you do that jump, sometimes you get a lot more experience in terms of different ways of doing things, different points of view, coming up with new solutions to things. But at the same time, the fear associated with change, the fear associated with, oh my gosh, if I were to go out on my own, start my own business, do my own thing, I only have myself to be concerned with. That puts a lot of pressure on people, and people do have a lot of fear of that as well. So I feel as though if you have some of those thoughts in your mind, your higher self wants to work with you to help you eliminate those things, release those things. And I feel as though if that's the direction that you want to go, that really what this is saying is go for it. I really feel that we are now in a time where if we are aligning ourselves with our true selves, with our higher selves, and we do feel a calling to go in a certain direction, that direction is the perfect direction for us to go. We're following our true north because that's our intention and that's what the universe brings us. So Cancer, I hope you found some messages here that were helpful to you. Thank you very, very much for being here. In my last couple of readings, I was wearing a shirt that said salty kisses on it that reminded me of my brother who passed away. So I'm going to blow you some salty kisses because I've been sending salty kisses to everybody else. So why not you too? Okay, have an amazing May. And until next time, take very good care of you. Cheers.